Welcome back to Emmy's Pepper Patch. Today we're going to go over how I do my seedlings, how I prepare my 6-cell trays. This is what I use for all of my plants, mainly my peppers, my tomatoes, my cucumbers, my squashes. I'll use a big 3-inch 4-cell pot for those because they grow faster and I want them to develop a strong set of roots before I up-pot them and then get them outside. But for most of my peppers, I use these 6-cell seeding trays. I get these from Bootstrap Farmers, and I'll try to put a link down to them down in the description below so you can find them too. What I love about these is, first of all, they've got the big hole in the bottom. That allows easier draining for them, but also when it comes to up-pot these, I can squeeze them and then I can gently nudge them out of the tray cell and then get them into the pot, and I'll show you that when I'm about ready to pot these. Also, they've got the air prune slits down the side. Roots on your plants, if they hit like just the side of this, will continue to grow and they'll just start wrapping themselves around. And I'm sure you've heard of the term getting root bound. That's what happens. The roots grow, they'll hit the edge, they'll make a turn and just keep growing to the point where they chuck off the roots. When roots though, when they hit in these slits here, when they hit oxygen, they stop growing, which tells the plant to start an absolute another root. So by air pruning them, you'll get a thicker root ball with more roots because it just doesn't grow a few roots going around and around. It'll just start many roots to go. And then that's also why I use my cloth bags as my final container, because of the same reason. But we'll get to that later when we're ready to put these actually out in the garden. Here is my seed starting mix that I covered in my last video. What I want to do today, and then also, if you'll notice, most of your seed starting mixes, most of your soils, compost, etc. will have twigs, barks, etc. in them. I try to, all of my soil for my seed starting, all the way to up potting, all the way to my containers, I hand sift by hand all the soil. That's a lot of work. Emmy gets mad at me because she thinks I think we have too much land than what we actually have. But these in a seed starting, especially with just seeds, can disrupt the soil, block it from actually developing roots and actually germinating if these are like right below or right on top of a seed. So as I'm putting soil in these things, in the seed trays, I will remove these by hand as I'm putting the soil in. You'll see me do that, but that's what I'm doing. I pack soil into the trays. Now, I don't tamp it down hard, but I will tamp down the soil as I'm putting in so it forms a base and it doesn't fall out the bottom. But I'm not here pressing it hard, trying to make concrete out of this soil. Because you've got to remember, this soil needs to still be loose for those gentle, small roots to develop. But you want it to get enough soil into the 6-pack tray so that when the plant starts growing, it has enough room. Also, as you water them, if you top water, what will happen is the soil will collapse and you might have a air pocket in here. And again, what did we learn earlier? When that root hits an air pocket, it stops growing. So all I'm doing is just making sure that there's no root air pockets in the soil, but there's plenty of soil in the cell so that you get maximum amount of soil for your seedlings. I'm just going to show you today this 6-cell that I'm going to plant my seedling haba in today. And then I will, when I get the rest of the flat, the 10 by 20 flat filled, I'll come back and show you the end of that one. So you can see what my flats look like. Then I'll show you how I put them on my heat map under my grow lights with the dome, etc. We'll go over everything we'll do today to get these seeds planted, the whole flat, 72 or 12 of these planted, and getting them under the dome today. You'll see. I won't show you me filling all 12 of these 6 cells. Again, more twigs. Because I know a lot of people will get, oh, he's just doing that, and it does take a while, so I'll spare you all of that time that is taken. I just wanted to show you that I'm trying to get as much soil into this 6-pack as possible. I like to clean off the sides between the cells so I can see where the cells actually are. Again, I'll scrape the top of it so it's level. As you see, I've got all the six cells ready. These are my seeds I'll be planting. All right, I've got, again, an instruction. Remember, when you put your seeds in there, especially right below or right above them, you don't want even pieces of perlite or twigs, etc., above the seeds, because as that seedling starts to germinate and come up, it's extremely fragile. If it has to fight too much to get above the surface of the soil, it may just die and never germinate on you. All right, once I've got all the 6 cells filled, I will punch a little hole in the middle to where the seeds are going to go. Just like that. That way, when I put the seeds in there, they'll stay in that hole, and I don't have to worry about them getting scattered.